50 Cent officially sacks Lil Meech after Charleston White defends him. Full BMF fallout exposed. 50 Cent has officially sacked Lil Meech from the hit series BMF, following a heated intervention from none other than Charleston White, who went on a fiery rant to defend the young actor. This marks a devastating collapse in what was once one of the tightest relationships in hip-hop TV history. What started as a dream role for Lil Meech playing his own father, Big Meech, has now turned into a nightmare exit, and Charleston White's interference might have been the final nail in the coffin. Buckle up, because what's really going on behind the scenes is wilder than fiction. Please do not forget to like this video, share and subscribe to this channel if you want more updates like this. Thank you. Now, let's get back into the video. When 50 Cent first took on the task of telling the story of the Black Mafia family, it was more than just another TV show. It was personal. It was a legacy project. And more than anything, it was a risky move that ended up shaking the entire culture. At the center of that move was Lil Meech, Demetrius Flannery Jr., playing the role of his incarcerated father, Big Meech, a Detroit kingpin whose rise and fall created one of the most legendary stories in urban America. That casting alone turned heads. A real-life son stepping into his father's shoes on national TV. It was brilliant. It was historic. And it was risky. But now, that historic partnership is over. Why? Because of betrayal, pressure, public outbursts, and unchecked loyalty gone sideways. But to understand why 50 Cent finally cut Lil Meech loose, and why Charleston White is at the center of it all, you have to understand behind-the-scenes tension that's been boiling for months. Let's rewind. From the start, 50 Cent believed in Lil Meech when nobody else would. Industry folks thought it was crazy to cast someone with zero acting experience in such a major role. But 50 took him under his wing, trained him, connected him to acting coaches, and poured everything into making Lil Meech a star. And for a while, it worked. BMF was a hit. The streets loved it. The culture ate it up. Meech was everywhere. Magazine covers, music videos, red carpets. It looked like 50 had successfully created the next breakout star. But then the cracks started showing. Whispers started spreading that Meech was getting too cocky on set. Rumors that he wasn't showing up prepared. Allegations that he wasn't taking direction. Meanwhile, other actors and producers began to complain that Lil Meech wasn't putting in the same work he did in season 1. And when you're dealing with a powerhouse like 50 Cent, who built his empire off discipline, focus, and loyalty, that kind of behavior doesn't go unnoticed. Still, 50 Cent kept it quiet. He didn't speak on it publicly. He tried to handle things behind the scenes. That is, until Charleston White jumped in. Now here's the thing. 50 Cent and Charleston White have never been allies. In fact, they've traded jabs in interviews and social media for years. Charleston has called 50 a manipulator, a liar, and even accused him of using young black men as pawns for his TV empire. But nothing ever exploded until now. When whispers of Lil Meech being removed from BMF started circling, Charleston White did what he does best. He ran his phone and exploded online. In one of his most viral rants to date, Charleston didn't just defend Lil Meech, he attacked 50 Cent directly, calling him a snake. Charleston claimed 50 had used the Flannery name to build his brand, and then kicked Meech to the curb when things got uncomfortable. He done made all this money off BMF. Got y'all thinking it's about loyalty and brotherhood, and then he tossed Lil Meech out like trash. That ain't how you treat no man, son. Charleston screamed on a live stream that racked up hundreds of thousands of views in hours. He didn't stop there. He went further, saying 50 Cent's ego couldn't handle Meech becoming a star on his own. That 50 was scared the young actor was outshining him. And in one especially fiery moment, Charleston even suggested that 50 Cent never really cared about BMF, and that he only used the show to make money off prison stories. Those words hit like bullets. Because if there's one thing 50 Cent hates, it's being accused of disloyalty. At first, 50 stayed silent, but not for long. Within days of Charleston's outburst, fans noticed that Lil Meech's name was removed from promotional materials for the next season of BMF. Then came the official confirmation. Lil Meech was no longer involved in the BMF series. And just like that, it was over. No more behind-the-scenes drama. No more speculation. 50 Cent had made his decision. Lil Meech was gone. Now here's the million-dollar question. Was it Charleston's rant that pushed 50 over the edge? Sources close to production say that things were already rocky, but Charleston's very public, very disrespectful outburst made things impossible to ignore. According to insiders, 50 Cent was furious, not just at Charleston, but the fact that Lil Meech never came out to publicly shut the rant down. Not once did Meech speak up to distance himself from Charleston's words. In fact, some even believe he agreed with Charleston in private. To 50 Cent, that was betrayal. And let's be clear, when 50 Cent feels betrayed, it's game over. Just ask people like Young Buck, Lloyd Banks, Game, and even Vivica A. Fox. Once you cross that line, there's no coming back. And in 50's eyes, Lil Meech had crossed it by association. But 50 didn't stop there. In typical 50 Cent fashion, he started dropping cryptic posts on Instagram. Memes about snakes in the grass, loyalty, and fake love. In one post, he wrote, "I don't care who your daddy is. If you switch sides, stay there." Fans knew exactly who that was aimed at. Charleston White, of course, doubled down. Instead of apologizing or backing down, he went harder. He accused 50 Cent of being